Hello, crew. This is Kiefer or Audrey, either works. There is something that, hence the cover, something that needs to be talked about, and that is being transgender or transgenderism and homosexuality. It has come up a lot in my art and will come up in the show multiple times, which it's already kind of been on the channel a little, and as being a Christian goes, it might be kind of confusing for some of you to think, hey, is this person Christian? Do they support LGBTQ? Or are these characters just LGBTQ? Does this person not care about Christianity? I'm here to tell you today. So, this has come up because of recent matters, as I have voiced my opinions about transgenderism, or whatever it is, and my friends they did not give their same respect for my religion as I gave the same respect, or did give the same respect for their identity. So, they were both VAs for the show. Sadly, they will no longer be working on the show for obvious reasons. However, a few other people are stepping in their place, including myself, because, yeah. So, that. Here is what I think. We were made in the image of God. We were created how we were meant to be. We were created in one way, man or woman. We can't necessarily change that. And God created us how he wanted to be. So being transgender really just exactly goes against what God has said. So, hence why I don't support it. I don't want to hate it, and I don't try to hate it. If I do meet you and you are transgender, I won't be like, ew, you're transgender. I will be something along the lines of, hey, I can't use a preferred name. Is there something else I can use instead? Like, a different, like a nickname of like your dead name or something that you're better with than your preferred name. So, it's not like I hate you all, anybody watching this transgender. This also does go for anybody that's NB or, like, anything along the lines of not being born, or, like, choosing a different gender than the one you were born as. My personal views, of course, we were created in one way. We were meant to be that one way, and I support, or I believe in God more than man. He has done wonderful works, and he's done much better things than the people on this earth have done, because obviously they're destroying the earth and can't even tell. That's a topic for another time, if I don't think anybody will want to even listen to that. But obviously, I don't support it. If any of you have questions about it, please leave them in the comments, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Of course, if any of you are going to leave the show, or, like, stop watching the show, like, stop being a fan, that is completely okay. I understand if you're offended by it or disgusted by it, because being, like, transgenderism will be on the show, and it will be mentioned, but that is only to prove it wrong, because it's, in my eyes, it is incorrect. And, of course, I am educated on the subject. I have read books about this. I've done research. I'm not just some nobody coming and saying my opinion with no facts behind it. I have done research. But I will try my best to answer your questions in the comments. Along the lines of that, homosexuality. It is similar in a way of how I think, as also homosexuality, or, like, being lesbian, gay, aromantic, asexual, spec, has also been mentioned on the show. Here is also my thoughts on it. It is still wrong. God created us for a man to be with woman and a woman to be with a man. Of course, that is not always that is not always relevant to some sexualities in the LGBTQ community, such as aromantic or asexual. Of course, I personally just view that as a person not wanting a relationship or being, hey, I don't like relationships. And that's totally fine. I have a bit more, I have a bit more tolerance for people who are on the aromantic back, or asexual, aromantic. I'm sorry if that's favoritism or something. I don't know. But homosexuality, I still believe is wrong. And if you want to say something in the Bible that goes against it, feel free. If you are going to bring up what Jesus said were the best or the most important commandments, being, you might say, love your neighbor as yourself. However, he said the first commandment that is most important is love your God with all your heart, soul, and mind. I believe that's what it is. If it's not, correct me. But I am trusting God with my heart more than I'm following God more than man, as I've obviously said before. I know God has worked in the past, and he's worked in my life too, and if you so want, yours too. But he's worked in my life. I know he's true. Man, I am not so sure. As in, when I say man, I mean all of humanity, or LGBTQ in this case. I trust in God more than that, and I still do love my neighbor to the best of my ability, but loving someone is showing them the truth. And in my case, what the truth is, to me, is what God says, because that's what I've learned. So, that is, again, if anybody does not agree with this, or does not agree with this message, I will not be offended if you stop being a fan, if you just leave, unsubscribe. If you're uncomfortable with it and what's being taught, I'm not offended if you leave. I don't care. It's what you think. If you are still interested in Christianity after this message, I'm happy. If you have any questions about it, let me know. Questions about anything. Either post in my community or in the comments. I swear I'm not begging for comments. If you guys have any questions, I will answer them to the best of my ability. I just wanted to say this because it's a bigger topic than most, and it's something that should be talked about. And here I am talking about it. That is mostly the things I want to talk about. That is pretty much all. SAL episode 1A will be out sometime in late August if you are still interested in watching. No confirmed date yet, but that is happening. I have started animation, so that's just all I wanted to say, and I want to make sure anybody watching is aware of this, so yes. See you soon, crew. Probably. I don't know, man.